kind of getting here close to Memorial Day weekend, and it has been a busy last couple of weeks here. We went a couple Saturdays ago to the Air and Sea show on the boat, got the tower fixed, re-welded up top. Jolene took some great video footage of the Thunderbirds going by overhead. Just a beautiful day on the boat. Caught a couple dolphin. Really nice time, or mahi-mahi as you guys call them in other areas. And we've been working hard. I know Buddy and John have been down with myself at the 11 buildings in the Penthouse down there with the 2 huge jellyfish. Oh, there's Winston and Oliver are in for the day today too. There's a lot of work that goes involved with getting those 2 significant jellyfish aquariums up and running. They're about 720 gallons apiece. The good news is that West Aquarium that had fallen on the floor was accidentally pushed or moved onto the floor. Somehow had a small damage on the bottom of it, and it's holding water and looks really good. So we feel pretty darn confident about that. And it's amazing how durable acrylic is when it comes to, you know, an event or something hitting it. Very unlikely to break, but the guys spent a lot of time. You got to go up and down an elevator, rolling all the way up to the penthouse of that building, and working with the millwork company to get different phases of the millwork into play, to run test the systems with freshwater, both of them, to band them to the structural stainless steel stands. We have these bands that are bolted through onto the structural stands that are red-headed into the post-tension slab, only 2.5 inches in, because the post-tension cables are down around 3.5 inches in a big 10-inch slab. So that's a lot of strategic planning with the builder. They GPR'd the slab, which is where they go through it with basically a radar detector kind of a thing and feel the magnetic pulses of where the cables are and the depth of the cables. It's a lot more than you think than to just get these aquariums up in that building, but it's great after really a year. It's been more than a year. It's been about 15 months since we were first contracted for that job, and to see it come to fruition now and get it running. The guys are down there today. They just put the first test jellyfish in. I don't have the covers off the front because you got to protect it while the millwork guys are working still, but it is coming together well. There's bilge pumps, there's leak detectors, there's automatic feed systems, there's protein skimmers, there's floss, there's balancing of the valves, balancing of the flow, balancing of the spray bars, and just getting everything right, putting some Fritzyme bacteria in to initiate the biological cycle, putting the first food in. But as far as I can tell today, it sounds like the 3 jellyfish that are in there are doing super duper well. And then this past week, we went over to Dallas to get ready to go do the Aquashella show. Going to Aquashella in Dallas was just exciting again. We knew it would be well attended, and it really was. So Jolene and I got our cowboy boots out and belts and our Stetson hats and went back to Texas, which is the way to do it, coming from Florida. So we got to wear those the first day. Going into the show, Jolene did a fantastic job selling jellyfish aquariums, talking to people about ChemiPure and Deltec, and then, you know, really one of the things we like to do at the shows is to speak to people about ChemiPure if they've used it or what favorite type they use. And normally we're going to give out free samples, the nano packets, maybe even half units and single units, to people who have used ChemiPure or who are loyal to ChemiPure or who want to use it and have never have. But the majority, it's very fascinating. I think it's a high probability, you know, 70% of the people that we talk to know what ChemiPure is and have used it before. So that's a great sign, because of course we use it in all of our aquariums and have for many years. So there at the show, met Luca, who is a famous aquascaper for freshwater from Brazil. As a matter of fact, he won the world contest, I think it was maybe 10 years ago. He's a super nice guy. Him and his wife, Anna, they are both architects by trade in São Paulo, Brazil. And it was really fabulous to meet them. I signed a book for him, and his wife gave Jolene a Team Brazil jersey, which was pretty cool as well. And then I think it was Sunday or Saturday, maybe, I met this young guy out of Wisconsin, and he came back with his mom, wanted to do a picture. His name was Kai. I think he was like 15 or 16 years old, but he really wanted to go to Aquashella, so they flew in from Wisconsin. The family, his mom and dad came with him and flew down and attended the show for the 2 days. He also goes to Bruce Pets in Lansing, Michigan, which is where they're from, or outside of Lansing. So that's his normal go-to store. And we know Rick Bruce up there for many years. It's a great shop up there at Bruce Pets in Lansing, Michigan. And then Saturday night was the annual Fish Gallery store event. That was awesome. Roger DeGregory and Dean Tapper have a really great store that they operate up there. Dean really runs the show on site. I think Roger spends a lot more time in Houston, but they have this big, huge, about a 3,000-gallon freshwater aquarium with some huge, all sorts of big, different freshwater fish, from cichlids to tinfoil barbs to, there's a big arowana in there. They have fly river turtles at site. They have a whole aquarium filled with goldfish that this fly river turtle's in. And that was just something else. And their freshwater aquariums and the display really looks great. They had some great tacos there on site, a couple margaritas. I had to drive, so I really couldn't partake. But it was a nice party Saturday night, and then Sunday we were just slammed all day again. I got to break the show down and take it easy for the evening and head back home. That's the update for May. Hope you guys have a great Memorial Day weekend. And remember to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.